Blessed be everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're talking about alternatives to burning your petition. This is in response to a question that I had, and the question that was asked was, I can't let anybody know that I'm doing magic, I'm doing it in secret, so what do I do with my petitions if I'm doing, say, candle magic, and I don't want the smell of the burning petition to be a giveaway that I might be doing something spell-like. So that's what we're going to take care of today for you. But before we do that, I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com, author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path. If you want to know more about Wicca and witchcraft, shadow work, tarot and magic, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. If you want to know where to start your witchcraft practice, like what do I do first, what sort of things do I need to do, and maybe how can I pace myself along the way over, say, a period of maybe 12 months or 24 months, then take a look at my free video, which is called How to Start Your Witchcraft Practice. The link is in the description field below this video. When you're doing magic and you're trying to be discreet, you do need to modify what it is that you're doing. And I've had this situation in my past as well. When I first started practicing witchcraft, I was actually living at home with my mother. And I didn't want her to know that I was doing witchcraft either. So I needed to be discreet in what I was doing as well. I remember coming across the various different ways that you could work with the elements. So when you're doing a candle spell, or you're just doing a petition spell where you burn the petition, and if you don't know what a petition is, all a petition is your spell, or what it is that you're asking for, however you want to phrase that. It's written on a piece of paper and you burn the paper. And the idea is that burning the paper is a way of surrendering your intention to the universe, to the magic. It's a way of letting it go, and you use the element of fire to burn it and air to take it away. So you're working with fire and air when you're doing a petition spell. So think of it as working with the elements. If you can't work with fire or air because of limitations, then what other elements can you work with? You could work with water. So that could mean that you cast your petition out into a river or a creek or a stream or the ocean. You could bury it, or you can use a spell box. A spell box is traditionally made of wood because we connect it to the element of earth, and it's very similar to burying your petition without actually having to go and bury it. It doesn't have to be wooden though, it could be a cardboard box. You can make it as discreet as you want to make it, so it just looks like a normal cardboard box or a normal wooden box that you might have with you. Maybe you could hide it somewhere and use that to put your petition in. And this is the sort of magic that you would be focusing more on, magic of bringing things to you or things that you're wanting, or if you're helping somebody with something that they're wanting. Okay, so because you're keeping the petition on your premises, so it has to be something you're wanting to bring to you. If you are doing a spell to cast something away from you, to banish something, to remove something, then you would have to find a way of getting rid of that petition away from your premises. And that could be as simple as going outside your premises and putting that petition actually in a bin. You're still discarding it if you're putting it in a bin. It's not like the bin is going to stop the magic from working. You're still putting it out there. It just happens to be a rubbish bin that you're putting it in, or burying it away from your premises, or putting it in a body of water away from your premises. That's up to you as to what you do with it that way. And I know that there are some arguments that you don't want to be littering, you don't want to be polluting the waterways. I mean, there's enough waste out there in the wilderness and also in the waterways, so you don't necessarily want to be adding to that. But it's just giving you an idea that you've got to cast it away. And putting it in a rubbish bin is actually okay. It's not going to change your magic, because the magic is in you discarding it, letting it go. That's where the magic is. If you're bringing something to you, or wanting something good to happen to you, use a spell box. When you're using anything in magic, you want to cleanse and consecrate it. So one of the ways that you can cleanse and consecrate your spell box without having to burn incense is to use your ability to channel universal energy through you and cleanse and consecrate it with the energy that you're channeling through you. So you can sit down on the floor or on a chair, put your feet on the floor, and just imagine that there's all of this energy under the earth, and that you've got these tree roots or cords going down either from your spine if you're sitting cross-legged on the floor, or if you've got your feet on the floor, if you're sitting on a chair, just imagining you've got these energetic cords and they can go down through the floorboards or through the cement, whatever it is that you're on, right down, down, down into the earth. And then you can draw that energy of the earth up through those cords, up through your feet, your legs or your tailbone, up through your spine, and thinking of it traveling all the way down your arm, out the palm of your hand, until you feel the energy oscillating in the palm of your hand. And then you give that energy intent. And that intent could be simply, I cleanse and consecrate this spell box so that it may be fit to serve me in my work. Remove all malefic and replace with benefic. And just see a light of energy. It could be white, it could be blue, it could be green, it could be whatever color you feel is the right color for cleansing. And just see that it's cleansing and consecrating the box. And you can also open it up and do the same inside the box as well. You can draw magical symbols on it. If you're trying to be discreet, maybe you just want to let it look like a box. You can also put magical symbols on your tools with oils so that you're not actually seeing the symbols. You're just putting them on there with the oils. That way then they've still got the symbols on them. It's just that you can't see the symbols. So that's a way of being discreet with this sort of thing. So when you do your petition spell and you say your spell and you're ready to let it go and surrender it to the magic, you pop it in the box. And as you pop it in the box, you can say, what goes in this box is, and then close the lid. And then keep your box somewhere safe where somebody isn't going to find it and open it. If you're using incense, or you can use incense, then certainly use your incense to cleanse and consecrate your box, just running it through the incense and also running the incense inside and using those same words, I cleanse and consecrate this spell box so that it may be fit to serve me in my work, remove all malefic and replace with benefic. So malefic is just malefic. It's just a lazy way of saying malefic. And benefic is just a lazy way of saying benefic. So I say it that way because that's how my high priest used to say it all the time. So I just got used to saying it like that. But you can use the words malefic and benefic if that suits you better. So that's a way that you can discard your petitions without having to let people around you know that you are practicing witchcraft. If you can't even have a spell box because maybe you do live in really strict circumstances, and you may share your space with somebody who might be nosy and likes to go through your things, then you're going to have to find a way of burying your spells somewhere with you, or keeping them with you in some way, or just don't use petition magic. Use a different type of magic. You don't have to write a petition out on a piece of paper. You can say the spell. By vibrating the spell, you are spelling, essentially. You are putting it out there into the universe. So you don't have to write it down. You don't have to have a written petition if it's just not something that you can get away with where you live. Just use your words, use the vibration of your words. And it doesn't have to be a loud voice either when you're doing spell work. You have to have a firm, commanding voice, but it can be very soft. It doesn't have to be loud and booming. It can be soft. It just needs to be assertive and commanding and confident. That's all it needs to be. If you want to learn how to do spell work as well as work with your energy, work with the practice of witchcraft in an eclectic Wiccan format, take a look at my course, The Mystery Witch School 101. It's a 12-month course. It will take you from the very beginnings of working with energy right through to celebrating the moons, drawing down the moon, the Sabbats. There's magic in there, as well as various lots and lots of meditations there to help guide you into actually practicing the craft on a daily basis, so that it gets you connecting to yourself, to nature, and to the universe. If you're feeling stuck in your practice, if you're feeling confused, if you're feeling like I can't do this on my own, then do have a good look at the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy. There's a whole lot of information about it on my website. There's a link to that in the description field underneath this video. And also, if you go to my website, mysterywitchschool.com, you will find it under my courses tab, or it's actually even on the home page. There's at least a link there to the courses tab on my home page that will tell you a lot more information about it. So that's the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I am Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com. Blessed be.